Sorry guys, having a little difficulty here. For some reason I cannot see the chat at all.
It's still doing it?
Yeah.
Is Alex sitting in his boat?
Yeah. Said that was his chill place.
That's right.
Alright. Let me try doing this again. There we go. I see it now, by golly.
Awesome.
Finally showed up. My gosh, what a delay. Okay, it came up on my computer, so let me mute that.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I got you.
Cool. We got questions.
Alright.
So, we got what's our thoughts on Strike King? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
want to give
okay.
your thoughts first before I give mine?
You go ahead. I'm just reading down through here.
I think they've went to crap for like the past few years, in my opinion. Had a lot of their lures break on me. A lot of the hooks bend out.
Definitely.
As they
A
used
lot
to.
of crankbaits, the bills will break off for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of what's happened to me too is I'll get where used to I could go get 5, 6 XDs and maybe one of them would be untuned. I get them all and they're all untuned, and it takes me 30 minutes to get them all tuned back the right way, and then you get them out on the lake and they're just out of tune again. I don't know what the deal with that is. Now as for their shaky heads and terminal tackle and their soft plastics, I like them.
Yeah, the guy asked about the structure bug, the same guy. I've never used it, but their soft plastics are okay.
Yeah.
What about their jigs? Y'all like their jigs?
I've used some of the Bitsy bugs and the Hack Tech swim jigs. They're average, I would say.
I've got a few of their swim jigs. I like them pretty good.
Yeah, that structure jig is good. I like it.
Let's see. Karen Can asked, "What's your favorite wintertime lure?"
Go watch a video.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a
Whatever they're
few. I
biting.
mean, go ahead, Alex.
No, I said whatever they're biting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
no, but jerkbait if I could catch them on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most active.
That or early, I have a video early January. I was catching them on a drop shot.
Yeah, drop shot's fun. Shaky head.
Yeah.
Fish will about eat a shaky head all year though.
I like. Of course, you know what I like. I like the Cinco.
Yeah.
The wacky rig Cinco man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'd hate to fish in a tournament against you because you'd probably beat my eyes out with it too. I've had my butt beat a couple times on a dang on wacky rig Cinco. I can't even.
Let's see. Something I was going to say, but I forgot what it was now.
Noah asked what would be the best box for storing terminal tackle.
What do you guys think?
I don't know. I like, some containers, if you don't have any, just a quick little tip, if you don't have a waterproof box, you can get, about any kind of thing you get from Walmart a lot of times will have these little packs of stuff in it that keeps the products. I don't know what they're called. I've got some. I got some up in the building, but they're just little packs to keep moisture out of stuff. And like when you're buying something, it's just to keep moisture, especially when you buy electronics. It has them little packs of things in there. Like I said, I don't know what they're called. I can't remember, but you just throw one of those in there in your terminal tackle, and that keeps rust and stuff off your tackle, especially if you put a couple of them in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I know like Flambeau and all them guys make those things now that you can like buy them specifically for that. My favorite terminal tackle box is I got a couple Bass Mafia, the bait coffins, the shallow ones.
Yeah.
For terminal tackle, that's my favorite because you can't break those things.
Yeah.
Those things are crazy.
Yeah. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it when you're putting big old flipping hooks and stuff in there, $2 or $3 a piece.
Yeah.
Well, I need some of those for fishing out the coast, because the moisture down there is just, especially in the summertime, all the moisture and salt and everything.
That salt's a killer.
The Outer Banks, Thomas.
Do what?
How close are you to the Outer Banks?
Outer Banks are about 5.5 hours from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just about in the center of North Carolina. Is where I'm at.
That's the same amount of time that takes to get from my house.
Really? Well, that's all the way. If you're going to the farthest point, dead center, straight out.
Yeah.
To the Outer Banks, because you go out 64 and then you go up.
Yeah.
That's going to Corolla, North Carolina. I think is where I'm kind of going to.
Yeah, that's.
Whoa, now we calling in the army.
I don't know
Here
where.
comes the cavalry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You need that. Buddy just texted me. He said, "Those little gel packs is I don't know how you say it. It's
Silica,
SCILLA.
Yeah.
Gel packs.
I see that.
Yeah. We got another question. It says best beginner bait caster.
That's tough.
Lose Speed Spool LFS, the $99 one. Can't go wrong with it.
I started with the Quantum Octane combo from Dick's. It was on sale for like $50, and that's what I started on.
There you go.
I got you both beat. Shimano Bantam. Years and years ago, they used to make those things. I don't even know if they still do or not. That's what I used for years.
Shimano Bantam.
Yeah. I don't even think they make them things anymore.
It really depends on your price range.
It does. Yeah.
That thing wasn't much at all. It was just maybe $20-$30. That's back years ago.
Because I mean, like, for $99 you can get really good stuff, or for $200 you can get stuff that you never have to switch out the rest of your life. I mean,
yeah,
just depends.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I give $139 at a show for my Blues Super Duty, and that is an awesome reel. I love that reel.
I made that video about the demo reel where I demoed the Lose Team Light. That thing is sweet.
Is it?
I just sold my Alderbarons to John B last week because I love it so much. Yeah.
I've been eBaying a lot lately, like looking for reels on eBay, and I got a Daiwa Fuego, and it's like $130 on Tackle Warehouse, and I got it for $89 off eBay. And that's what I've been doing like a lot lately is just looking for deals like that on eBay and stuff like that, because you can get really good stuff and don't have to give an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought my my PN 3000 Battle off eBay. Give a good price for it. I mean,
really?
I bought it last year.
Yeah, I got the 2000 from from Bait and Tackle store in the Outer Banks for like $100, but it's a great reel.
Mm-hmm. We got a question that says braid or fluorocarbon for cranking. Copolymer, that's what I use.
I hadn't actually used none of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Me either.
Tell you do like 12-pound, or I don't think that. Yeah, it's 12. They make a 10. P-Line makes weird pound test. It's not like normal kind. I think it's 12. I think they make it's 10 or 12, but it's like whale rope. You can't break it.
Hmm.
So that's what I like. Now I switch between that and then there's some brands that like that FC Sniper. I like it, but it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably go fluoro. I don't really do a lot of cranking, but I'd go fluoro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I've got some fluorocarbon I'm gonna put on my cranking reel, but I just haven't got it on there yet.
What kind of knots y'all use for fluoro? I use this one. I don't even know the name of it. Shaw Grigsby ties it, and I watched a YouTube video about it a long time ago, and that's the one I've always tied.
I use for fishing down the coast. Exclusively I use a uni knot.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's just
yeah,
I love a uni knot. I mean, I just have really good luck with that knot not breaking. I mean, whenever I tie my rigs for my leaders, I use from braid to fluorocarbon. I always use uni knot.
yeah,
Yeah.
uni.
Yeah, that's what I do for attaching the two. Yeah.
And even to the bait, I mean,
Yeah.
rigging up Carolina rigs and stuff like that, I use the uni knot.
That's what old Aaron Martin's ties, and I mean, if Aaron Martin says it, it's like you better do it. He's a freaking man.
I used to use the polymer. I think it's the polymer knot.
Palomar, yeah.
Yeah, but I got where for some reason I couldn't really tie it very well, so I went to uni knot, and I love it.
So I went back. Yeah, I use a Palomar for everything except fluorocarbon because with fluorocarbon and a Palomar, you'll get it'll break it, so it gets real brittle. Where you tie it on, the way you tie it, or so the way the knot goes down on itself and cinches down, it wants to break the line. So, best topwater frog, and my nipples smell like bird droppings. So, I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but best topwater frog. What do y'all think?
I'm not really a big frog guy.
Me either.
I don't really have good places around here where I fish at that I fish frogs with. I usually use well, I mean, I don't know. I just don't have a lot of good places around here to fish frogs.
I tell you, when I go to Gunnersville or Chick or any lake that has grass in it where I'm gonna fish a frog, I'm either gonna fish a spro or a live target. I got one of those the live target sunfish the other day. Finally got it in the mail. It's been on back order since like June, but I finally got it.
Those things.
And dude, it is so sick. I put it in the pool, and if you didn't know any better, you'd think it was a little dying bluegill. It's crazy.
Wow!
And
awesome.
Those things are awesome.
What?
Who makes it?
It's live target. All right,
Okay.
I got it right here in the box. Jerk it out so y'all can see it.
All right.
It's crazy. Ooh, there it is.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's the natural blue, because we got bluegill, we got like normal bluegill, and then we got sunfish, and then we got shell crackers, and a lot of the shell crackers look like that. But it's got trocar. It's the new trocar hook that they designed just for it, and dude, it's so sharp, it's ridiculous. But I think that's going to be a killer when the grass breaks up in the fall, and when the spring starts to come back in before the grass gets real thick. That's going to be deadly.
Let's see. I got some boogie owl frogs.
Oh yeah, those are good frogs.
Yeah. Dig them out here. I think this is boogie owls. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what brand that is.
Boogie Owl makes a lot of good stuff, and it's not expensive.
Yeah.
No.
I'm all about a good deal. I mean, dude, when you're throwing A-rigs and stuff, and they're $25 a pop, you get real good at knots, and you get real good at not losing stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever fished Kentucky Lake? I ain't.
Yes.
I've never been to Kentucky to fish.
It is a awesome lake. It's the ledge fishing capital of the world. If you like to ledge fish and deep crank, that's where you need to go.
Let's see. See Digger. He said, "Howdy, y'all." Hey, Digger. 57. Hope you're doing all right.
Thomas, did you lose a bass? I didn't hear about this on a chugging spook.
I'm trying to think. I was trying to think when I done that, but I can't remember. Yeah, I did too. I remember that now. I just yeah, I was pretty sick about that. I was actually real sick.
It says, is anybody except Thomas fell a boat? Yeah, this year, and I ruined my phone.
Did you?
Yeah, we got the two straps that strap on the back of the boat. We didn't undo one, and so I just tried to lean over the back of the boat and undo it, and just slipped right in and soaked myself. There's actually a video of me fishing without a shirt on, and that's why I'm fishing without a shirt on.
Oh, really?
yeah, I fell out of the boat that day.
Oh, me.
So, I wasn't a happy camper, but it was all right.
Let's see. Is that Gage Jacobs? Says, love your videos. Thank you, bud.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
While y'all, I'm gonna go here to the main page here and start putting some links in here.
That video you falling out that boat was so good.
That's too much.
It was so good.
Boy, as soon as it turned over, I was like, "Oh God, he lost his GoPro." And it's that's the end of my life right there. If I lose my GoPro, I'm just done. I mean,
oh yeah, I know. I was sick whenever I seen that thing hit the water. I mean, sick.
God.
That was.
Did you lose any rods, or did you get them all back? I forgot if I asked you or not.
I eventually got them all back. It took me all afternoon. All Christmas Eve afternoon, I got two back, and then the next day I rigged up this drag, and I drug the pond for 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours, and then finally that didn't work. I lost it out in the pond, and I rigged me up this long rig of hooks and weights and mess, and started just re-dragging the pond again with just casting. And I finally got the last one back.
I've fished a couple up off the bottom of the lake before, dropped them in, put on a jigging spoon, and jig up and down and see if I can catch them. And then I actually caught a G. Loomis. No, it's not G. Loomis. It was it was G. Loomis. It was a 6.6 G. Loomis worm rod cranking one time. Hooked it and drug it all the way back to the boat.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. The reel was completely ate off of it, but I just cleaned the rod up and used it for a long time as my worm rod.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to try to add this here to the live stream.
Do either of y'all trout fish?
No, but I'm thinking about going. There's some guys at work's going to go. I may ask them, see if I can go up there with him in a couple of months.
That'd be fun. I've never done it.
Around Linville, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. I've heard there's a lot of good trout fishing up in North Carolina. If you're like a fly fisherman, it's a big deal to come over there and fish. There's actually a company in Knoxville called Tennessee Fly Company, and they're all the time posting all kinds of pictures on Instagram and stuff of them fishing over in North Carolina and stuff. But yeah, I think we all need to trout fly fishing at some time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe if we all get together one day, we'll go figure it out.
Yeah, I know. Got yours in there. Up a Bay's in here, then we'll be good to go. What did I get? Oh, in that. Oops.
That's why I was asking you about the Outer Banks, because we go down there every year in the summer, and I was thinking we could meet up and do some shore fishing or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Well, we usually go to
not if it's a 5.5 hour drive for you though.
Oh yeah, it's a good ways, but I'd love to go out there sometime. Get up with you. Be fun.
Uper Digger 57. I love to catch muskie too, dude. It's like way too much fun. I didn't get any this year. We got one lake around here that they introduced them into, and it's like the TWRA's little petri dish. So they just they put all kinds of stuff in there. They put yellow perch and muskie and pike and everything else in between. But dude, there's some big ones. So big for East Tennessee, 50 inches, but they're all the time breaking records out there for Tennessee. I know some of you guys up north got ones that are 6 foot long. Noah, it says, I'm going to throw swim baits this spring. Would you recommend weighted swim bait hook or weightless EWG hook? Depends on where you're fishing, man. If you're fishing, shallow cover, you could go weightless, depending on the salt content of your swim bait. I always like to go a belly weighted hook, though. That's the way I roll.
Yes, I like using
Thoughts
those
on
too.
Z-Man?
What do you think, man?
They're pretty cool. The whole idea behind them. Sometimes, like I got the turbo crawls in my mystery tackle box from December, I think, and they were actually kind of hard to rig. Like they wouldn't stay up on the shaky head. I mean, not really rig them on a shaky head very much, but I was trying to rig them on a shaky head, and it wouldn't really stay up onto the head of the shaky head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, of course, the chatterbait. I mean, that's like their thing. But yeah, their plastics are okay. I don't really fish them a lot because I can't dye them and all that. You put them in dye and they dissolve and all that.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stick to this normal stuff. But I mean, they make really good stuff. That Elastec is really cool. It's just I wish I had a way to put scent on it and dye it and all that kind of stuff when I wanted to.
What's up, Aiden Ford?
What's up, man?
Man.
Where you been at, Aiden? You ain't been posting videos, dude. Biggest bass. Where y'all's biggest bass?
7.5.
I don't know the weight. I can get a picture for you real quick, and you can judge how big you think it is.
We will severely judge you. Don't worry. It's about 7.5. Yeah, I think my biggest is probably 7.5. My goal this year is to go double digits. We're going to
be hard to find a double digit around here.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Gunnersville second week of March on spring break, and we're going to spend 3 days down there. There's a swim bait bite that gets going about the second week of March, and we're going to go down there, and I'm just going to throw a big swim bait and see if I can catch a big one.
Mm. Let's see. I got y'all in the down the comments now. So
thank you,
guys. Look down the comments. I just added the guys that's in here with us, Alex Rudd Fishing and Upper Bay Bassin. Just add those guys links to their channels. Be sure to go subscribe to their channels. So.
All right, here's that fish.
Ooh, it looks like a pig, boy.
Oh, I can't see it. Oh. Say something so it'll switch back over to your face or however that works.
Here,
there we go. Yeah, it'll run 2. It'll run 2.5. No, no, that's a good fish.
Yeah.
I do. That's probably 5.5, 6. Maybe
yeah, somewhere around there.
For sure.
I was right in front of my house.
Really?
Yeah. And then after that fish, it just turned to crap.
Really?
I can't.
It's usually how it goes. One big one and you're done. See, around here, it's weird because like you can go some days and just slam them. I'm talking 25 pounds of fish. Deep cranking in the summer, you can catch 25 pounds of fish. You can go in the spring, do the same thing. And then there's other days that it just turns off. I mean, it's just weird. The TVA has a lot to do with it because they control the dams and they jerk the water up and down because they pull water to generate electricity. So, like, you'll go to a lake, like, say, Douglas one day, and it'll have, it'll be 20 foot down, and you go a week later, and it's 19 foot back up, and the fish have no idea what to do.
That's the way it is at Baden Lake. Down there where I fish that a lot.
Creek that I live on is between like 2 major creeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's so much grass in it that it's crystal clear, and there's like no bass in it. All I can catch is yellow perch.
Mm-hmm. We got a couple lakes that are gin clear. It's just crazy. And what kills me is the bass don't like. There's grass, but they don't want to get in the grass. I've never seen anything like it.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they will not get in it. They just don't want anything to do with it. They just totally avoid it.
Huh.
And I don't know, that's the same lake it's got the muskie, so I don't know if it has something to do with that. Maybe,
Yeah.
it's the muskie in the grass or something like that.
Is there a big concentration of muskie in that lake?
Yeah, they started releasing them like 10 years ago, and they just blew up. And there's guys you can go out. Last year, they say it's a fish of 10,000 cast. We went and set up on a spot last year and caught 4 back to back to back.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's crazy. And like we weren't expecting it at all, so we had a 50-inch muskie come up beside the boat, and heck, I didn't know what to do with it. I'd never even seen one before. I just reached down in there and grabbed me. It cut me all, it cut me all up. Somebody asked best buzzbait. I don't throw a lot of buzzbaits. What do you guys think?
Well, I've got a couple Strike King buzzbaits, but they're old. I hadn't really used a lot of buzzbaits the last year or so. I've been using more walk the dog type baits like the head and chugging spook and Zara spook and
you better be throwing a salmon. Like I'm going to come out there and get you.
Yeah, well, I need to get some of those. Why don't you send me some?
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, you better be careful. I'm going to get hooked up with Lucky Craft one of these days, and everybody's going to have a dang on salmon if I have something to do with it.
Oh.
Somebody said, what's your best advice fishing a topwater frog? KVD frog. Just, depends on where you're fishing, man. If you're fishing a lot of open water, walk it, walk the dog, that kind of stuff. If you're fishing in the grass, be listening for bait fish and brim and stuff popping, and that's where you want to be throwing, because there's a lot of times you'll come up on a mat, and if it's not making any noise, ain't no use in throwing in there because the fish ain't going to be there. Because a matted grass or grass in general is just like any other structure. Bass are either there or they're not, and there's little things and variations that keep them and hold them there.
Thoughts on Livingston lures? I have not through Livingston yet.
If you're sponsored by them, then yeah. But otherwise, I wouldn't spend the money.
I can't afford them.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been researching them like for the past few days, and it's all just kind of crazy. It's like the whole new Bluetooth thing is nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like maybe that's something that'd break, but I don't know. Livingston, everything I've ever read, they're really quality stuff. You know what I mean? But price tags is out there. $25 for a crankbait's a little much.
Yeah.
French Broad, yes. I fished the French Broad. Well, the mouth of the French Broad where it dumps into the Tennessee. We can't get up in there in the Skeeter. It gets too scraggly.
Let's see. Booyah or Booyah swim bait that come with a Lucky Tackle box. I have not fished that yet. But it looks good. It looks like it'll work great. I really like the design of it. I hadn't tested it yet though.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my first Lucky Tackle box this month, so I'm jacked.
Well, you would be getting the XL too, shouldn't you?
Yes, I will. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
See what all comes in there. And yes, Larry, I think that's Larry Reynolds. Yeah, you're right. Cut one side of the legs a little bit shorter, helps it walk better. On the frogs, sorry. I was kind of best swim bait. Oh Lord, don't get me started on that. I got about 1,000 favorites in there, and I spend way too much money on them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've got a slew of them.
I tell you, Kitech though is hard to beat.
Mhm.
I'll show you one I like. I've had quite a bit of success with. Let's see, find it here.
So hooked fishing, thank you. Glad to be part of the team, man.
This cream right here.
Yeah, cream lures or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty, man.
Oh yeah.
It is. If you can see the I don't know what you call them, but just the little.
It's like a rib.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the ribs in it. It keeps it.
Yeah.
It keeps it going straight. It's real. This is the bigger one. This is a 5-inch. They make a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I like a 3.5 better for like putting on trailers and stuff. I mean, you use them plain, but That's a good one. I actually let me look at the name of it because I can't remember what the name of it is.
Aiden said Kitech is life. Yeah, you're right. Here's I got one tied on right here. This is what I've been messing around with lately. I can get it up here. Can you guys see that? It's a 6 cents. A new Gerald Swindell's, I think, sponsored by them, but they're kind of like a new company. They've been making all kinds of deep cranks and stuff, but that's their 7-inch. And it's awesome. It kicks just right. When it gets in the water, it starts doing this number, and it's over. It's live.
That is a real screamer. Is what
Real
that
screamer?
is called. Yeah,
Okay.
real screamer. I couldn't
I'll
remember
check
the
some
name
of
of
those
it.
out.
They work good. I mean, they really work good.
That'd be going on an A-rig.
Yeah, you're right. It would be.
Y'all fish A-rigs much?
No, I never threw one.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Not
God.
yet.
Shoot, dude, I'm telling you, it's some people hate it. I've been called all kinds of names for throwing an A-rig, which I don't get, but dude, you can catch some hogs on it. And people all being out of shape about it say it's unfair and all that. I don't.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Fish, you know?
Now, what kind of A-rig do you use?
Umbrella. It's one
brand
of the cheaper ones. Yeah, it's Yum. It's made by Yum, but it's a Umbrella rig. It's one of the cheaper ones. I use the ones with the blades. Yeah.
We throw them when we're trolling for striped bass up here on the Chesapeake, but that's the only time. Those are like huge ones.
Yeah, big ones, yeah. Well, see, that's where it all started, was trolling for striper and stuff. The guys in Alabama was trolling for big old striper, and some bass dude was like, I want to make that where I can cast it. And so he rigged one up, and whoever made that up's a millionaire now.
You got that right.
Yeah, Aiden's right. He said the A-rigs are illegal up here in Maryland. You can only have 2 hooks, so it's basically just a dual rig.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for you guys. It's illegal. That's awful. So it says 6.5 Yum Money Minnow. Yeah, those Money Minnows are good.
Yes, I use spooks. Zach.
Definitely, I love spooks.
Man, they're awesome.
Any topwater, period. If I can walk the dog with it, I want to throw it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Big old spot comes up and just hammers it. I'm all about that.
Hey, well, that's a question. I'm glad you brought that up. Is spots more aggressive than largemouth?
Yes.
I don't know nothing about them.
Yeah, they're even more aggressive than a smallmouth, really.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're mean. That's why they love cold water. So that's why you can still catch them when the water's really cold on top water and stuff like that. But yeah, you hook into a spotted bass, you better hold on because it's gonna take you for a ride.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really aggressive. And then you've got ones that's called warmouse. It's a spot and a largemouth that have spawned together, and they call those warmouse. Goodness. Yeah, I've been looking at a bunch of different kind of bass and stuff. But there's all kinds of stuff that I've never. There's one that's called a tiger bass or something like that, and it's a Florida strain mixed with something, and they're in a certain part of Florida.
I want to catch one of those. What are they? Guadalupe bass? They're like only in Texas.
Oh yeah,
those look awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wanting to get down to Texas and fish, man. That's just Slangeville.
Have either of y'all ever been to around Niagara and fished?
Niagara, like Falls? No.
Yeah.
I've never been. Dude, the farthest I've been north is Indiana.
All right. Well, we're going up there this summer and trip, and I kind of want to go up there and do a little fishing, especially maybe some smallmouth.
Yeah, I was about to say smallmouth up there, dude. Clear water smallmouth fishing. Yeah, I got a lot of bucket list stuff I want to do. I want to I want to go finish Lake Erie for smallmouth. I want to go down to Fork and deep crank. You know, my big next goal though is when I graduate college, I'm going to the Kissimmee chain and I'm going to fish. I'm going to fish it all.
Yeah.
Going where?
The Kissimmee chain of lakes in Florida.
Oh, okay.
St. John's and all that.
I want to make a big Florida trip. Saltwater, Okeechobee, Kissimmee, all those lakes.
Yeah, it'd be awesome, dude.
Backwater, redfish, everything.
Oh gosh, don't even get me on start on redfish.
I
Man, I love me some redfishing.
think I've caught 2 in my lifetime.
I got somebody asking, what's the best crankbait color? Dude, totally depends on time of year and water conditions. That is such a wide range. Muddy water, you want sharp. Any kind of dark, muddy, nasty water, you want some kind of chartreuse. Clear water, you want more natural colors. I mean, it's just like anything else. You just kind of want to match what the lake conditions are. Deep cranking, I always throw something with chartreuse on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you'll go watch my video, Why Bass Feed, I explain why about colors and all that kind of stuff, and why bass key on certain things. The second part will be out Sunday. So, trying to Lake Fork has some hogs in it. Yes, it does. Thomas, favorite lake in North Carolina, man? What do you think?
The one I do the best at's Baden because I know it the best. Baden Lake down toward New London.
Not really fished North Carolina. What is some? I mean, what are some like some notable lakes in North Carolina? Like ones that I might know.
Well, you got I think the Bassmasters or one of those divisions has been on High Rock Lake before.
Okay.
High Rock, you got Lake Norman. That's a big lake. Jordan Lake, that's a big lake. You got the High Rock Lake is part of the Yari River chain.
Mm-hmm.
You got High Rock, Tuckertown, Baden, Tillery, and there's one in between. I don't know what the name of it is. I call it Little Baden. I don't know what the exact name of it is. And but that's ones I usually fish. Is those lakes.
Okay.
And I want to fish Ramon Lake this year. Larry just mentioned that. I want to get up with him and go up there to Ramon Lake this year.
Yeah.
He's actually one of my sponsors, so just to let y'all guys know. He's the one who makes the jigs and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. He makes some great stuff. Shaky heads and wobble heads and all that stuff.
I'll check him out.
Yeah, I got his information in my down below in the comments.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, Carl Lake. He mentioned Carl Lake Falls. That's really productive lake. Bugs Island. I've never fished. I want to go there and fish that, but I hadn't yet. Holy cow! No, we didn't get no snow today. It was cold, but
I'm done with snow.
It's coming again, y'all. You better be ready for it.
Almost 3 feet up here. I'm done.
3 feet.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
I wouldn't be done. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta ask you, have you made that snowman yet?
Oh, I
Have not
forgot,
seen
dude.
Come on, man.
You need to let the snow fish.
Hey, we're supposed to get another like 3 inches on Monday and Tuesday, so I'll try to make one then.
I want to see it look like I don't know, Jimmy Houston or Roland Martin or somebody like that.
Matt, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here.
Matt, what's up, man?
I'm done with the snow also. Dude, keep it down there with your... That ain't even fair. All right. I wish I could live down there in Florida.
I know. Ain't that something?
Can't even. We're going to kick him out.
I know.
Yeah, we had, it wasn't exactly 3 feet. It was like 30-some inches. But
Dude,
after
anything,
that...
hold on. 30 inches, whatever. What the heck? Dude, that's like
Yeah.
anything over like 4, I'm done, okay?
Yeah, I'm ready for the bass to start spawning already.
Is it free? I guess your lakes, I mean, they obviously freeze, right?
They're unfrozen right now. I mean, we don't really have any major lakes up here, but like I live on the bay, which is huge, and it was frozen a little bit, but it just broke up like 2 days ago.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen a lake freeze. So I know
It's
that's
terrible.
kind of just crazy to me.
All right, here's a good question. Noah asked thoughts on snakes for bass fishing. I ain't touching snake. I ain't getting around snake. You can keep your snakes. I don't want nothing to do with them.
I've seen a bass eat a baby duck. I've seen a bass try to eat a turtle. It didn't work out for him. And I've seen a striper eat a coot, but I have never seen a bass eat a snake, so I ain't throwing a snake.
Now, I have had snakes come up and eat my worms before.
Have you?
Yes, sir.
That's interesting.
A pond where I caught that big fish from, that 7.5 pounder, it come up and I threw it out there, and I was kind of messing with the snake, but it actually bit it, and I pulled it up out of the water about a foot before it finally let go.
I've had frogs, when I'm fishing a frog, try to come over and I don't know what they're trying to do to my frog, but I've had them come over and try to get on it before.
Yeah, I know it was plastic snakes. No, I'm just messing. I still don't want to mess with them, though. I don't care.
Ain't all about that life. This guy says that his lake's free so much we can drive trucks on them. Oh, my word. That's crazy.
That's too much.
Where do you live at, Digger? 57. Let's see. The alligator video was awesome. Y'all know what Matt's talking about?
No, I don't. Idea. No, but if I ever seen a bass eat an alligator, I'm getting off that lake. That's what mean bass. That is on Nope Lake in Nopeville.
Right. BX1000. Matt, that is your question right there, buddy. BX1000. I don't have one yet, but that's by Cast King. Matt, chime in there and tell how to Sean about that reel.
We got a guy, Larry Reynolds, nighttime fishing ? I guess he's asking, do we nighttime fish? Yes, I do a lot in the summer. That's if you don't get on them early and get them deep cranked up, then you got to not fish because it gets so hot.
I want to do like
or either one of y'all go shoot fire go.
I want to do a night fishing catfish video because we got a ton of catfish up here.
That'd be cool.
And they'll bite like rattle traps and like they'll bite everything.
That's awesome. That'd be fun.
I wish they were that aggressive here.
I've caught them deep cranking before. Just they make me mad, but you know it's a catfish too. You lay back into it and they start doing that circle thing. I'm just like.
And they're just like steady pull at the bottom, no shake or anything.
Nothing, just a twist and a pull. It's funny. But yeah, I nighttime fish a lot. You'll find a lot of black lights and fluoro in my boat, or fluorescent line, I guess would be a better way to say it.
I tried night fishing last year for catfish, but it didn't go so well. We didn't catch anything. Was trying to use live brim, but we didn't do any good. I want to try it some more this year, though.
See if we got any more questions that we've missed. Oh.
Let's see.
Zach asked best worm.
Best worm.
What type of worm?
Yeah, what type? There's a lot of good worms. Just depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're fishing a shaky head worm, just old Zoom trick worm is, you can't beat it. I've been throwing those the new Bayou spawns though, and the new 6.5. I finally got my hands on some, and they're awesome. See,
I've not tried Bayou spawn yet. I'd like to try them.
There was a buddy of mine that started selling their stuff, and so he got like a bunch of. We got like $200 worth of stuff for free. So I've got it all on the walls and just been using it, but I love it. That's that 6.5.
Yeah, I got them on my mystery tackle box. I ended up trimming it down a little bit because I don't really like that 6.5, which isn't very much, but I like throwing small stuff.
Yeah.
So I trimmed it down.
You need to do what's that other, the 4.5?
Yeah.
I threw a lot of those last year too and liked those.
In my giveaway, I gave away some of those, but I've never used them.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to use them. They're awesome. Awesome drop shot worm too. see.
Square bill
Baby
or
brush
jig?
hog. What did you say, bud?
Square bill or jig is what Sean asked.
If I could throw one or the other, a square bill.
Yeah, me too.
I like a jig bait.
So do you? See, I'm a power
Something
fisher.
to
I
ball
love
out.
to just power
I am
fish.
too. I am too. Hold a minute, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, bud. Try out brush hog. They're the best. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
they're
brush
pretty cool.
hog. I've caught a lot of big fish on a brush hog. That used to be my go-to flipping bait.
Not me versus you, just like the dark side where we either get to be the dark side.
If y'all use lizards, do y'all throw them weightless or drag them across the top or throw them with a weight? I'll throw them Texas rigged, Carolina rigged. I've never thrown a lizard weightless.
No, I usually put like a 1/8 to 3/16 ounce bulk weight, peg it, and just flip in the docks or something.
You know, I don't peg mine just because the bite that they get on is they don't like to peg. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
you can there's about 2 weeks here that you can fish a lizard almost all day into the night. All you gotta do is switch colors. They're like a green pumpkin during the day, and then as it starts to get dark, start throwing like a June bug, and they'll bite it all day.
That's awesome.
I love fishing a Carolina rig with a lizard on it. That's killer. I've got actually I got one video on there fishing Dayton Lake that I just tore them up that afternoon on a lizard Carolina rig using a Zoom salt and pepper lizard that you can't get no more. I've been trying to find them. You can't find them.
See, call Zoom. Sometimes they'll pour you stuff if you request it.
Yeah,
I think you got to pay a little bit more per bag, but they'll make it for you.
Yeah.
Somebody asked beaver style baits. That my new favorite is the missile destroyer, and the destroyer and the D-bomb are just I love them.
I like just did a video on it. The Tight Lines UV beaver.
Oh yeah, with the little things out the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no. It's just like the regular one.
Oh, the regular one? Okay.
Yeah, there's like a 3-inch and a 4-inch.
I've got some cream beavers, but I hadn't got to use them a whole lot yet. I've caught a couple fish with them. Just want to try to show you if I had them in here. I can't find them.
While you're looking for those, somebody said, never had any luck with a brush hog. How do I fish them? Texas rigs, flipping trees, laydowns, boat docks, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I'll fish like a baby brush hog on, even like on a shaky head sometimes, or a Carolina rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find them.
Biggest catfish. Never really weighed them or measured them. I just get them off the hook and throw them back in.
Yeah, I've caught some. I mean, big as my arm. That's about it. I mean, I just get them. They're too slimy and nasty. I don't want them in the boat. I just get them off and put them back.
Okay, I appreciate it.
What are our thoughts on black light baits? Not really sure.
Black baits.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're talking about, buddy. I mean, if I'm not fishing, I'm just going to be throwing a dark color, something with maybe a little bit of blue flake, because bass use a certain part of their eye at night that just sees dark colors and shadows and stuff like that. So maybe you can be more specific. Maybe you're talking about those UV baits.
Yeah.
Yeah. The UV bait, I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really throwing them. You know anything about them, bud?
No, I hadn't seen them. I'm not sure what Larry's talking about. I hadn't seen them.
I don't really know. I mean, I guess the UV puts off some different color when it's underwater. I have a lot of luck on them.
Yeah. I don't know. All I've ever read, and that video I just did about how bass feed, which was the first part, was sight, is bass see color. I mean, not like exactly like we do, but they see just normal. There's no like variation, you know what I mean? Like it's like they see red and it's not like brighter or darker or whatever, you know what I mean? And there's no, Zoom colored blacklight baits.
I have no idea.
Yeah, let me Google and see what you're talking about, buddy. Zoom colored blacklight baits. I mean, I know there's some baits that when you put them under a blacklight, they shine, like purples and yellows and stuff.
Yeah. Comes up with the Zoom Z-Crawl Blacklight.
Zoom, yeah, I see that. Now that Z-Crawl is a killer too. I don't know if you consider that a beaver style bait, but that thing has caught me. That the Norris, well, I don't. This is the slam video where I caught all 3 species. I use that Zoom Z-Crawl all day.
Here's the beaver that I was talking about. It's by
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Cream.
I like those flanges on the crawls.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got some good kicking action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Caught a couple fish with. I ain't got to fish with it much. Plan on this spring though.
Best treble hooks and split rings. I like Owner and Trocar. Split rings. I've never really switched the split rings out unless they break, and then I'm just getting like Bass Pro Shop brand.
Yeah, unless they're rusted, I just leave those on there.
Yeah, I don't really ever. I never throw anything like big swim baits enough that where I'm going to have something that has that much torque on it that they could break a split ring or anything like that. Would you fish a spinnerbait fast, or would you fish it slow depending on the type of the season? Yeah, how I fish a spinnerbait is totally dependent on the season, water condition, everything like that.
Totally agree. Totally.
Have you ever tried to water crawl? I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Topwater.
Like crawl crawl across the topwater, like you would like a plastic frog. Yeah. Those Biospon makes a crawl that you're supposed to be able to do that with. Our thoughts on the original rooster tail.
Oh, I love them. I used to throw them all the time.
As a creek fishing mug, if you want to just go have fun and catch fish, you throw a rooster tail because you'll catch everything.
Definitely.
And those little Vibra rooster tail. Well, I ain't sure if it's rooster tail or not. It may be Mepps or what's the other brand of them? Mepps rooster tail, and there's another one. It's in a yellow pack.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called though.
I was looking at them at Gander Mountain the other day, but I can't remember.
It's one of those things like when you want it, you just go grab it and don't even notice. You don't care what the name is. You just know what you're looking for.
It's got like a bell on it. It's like a Vibra rooster tail. Man, I used to catch the fish on them things like crazy.
That bait, the Z-Crawl Blacklight one, since it does change color in the water. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, there's a lot of, like the missile baits, the California 420, when you put it in the water, it almost turns into a completely different color. It's something about the reflection and the way the light punches through the water, it makes it change color and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot. That's why a lot of baits have flake and stuff like that, is so that, you'll have like a dark underneath of the plastic, and then they'll put the flake on top, in which like red is more perceivable in low or in high light conditions, so you want to throw red when it's shallow, and like the purples and stuff like that you want to throw when it's darker or deeper water, because you can see the blue end of the spectrum better in deeper water. And that's why there's a lot of flake and stuff. But I know what you're talking about now.
Larry said Panther. I think it's Panther Martin. I believe that's the one I was thinking of. Panther Martins. We use a lot of those up in, that's what we usually use when we go trout fishing. Well, the one time I've been trout fishing, but that's what we used all day long was little rooster tails.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, all the trout fishing I've ever heard of, people use corn. They take
really?
a little bluegill hook and put a piece of like kernel corn on it and catch bass like that. I don't know why.
Huh.
Christie Critter or the Baby Brush Hog? I'm not throwing the Christie Critter. Y'all have. What do you think about it?
I hadn't caught any fish on it yet because I hadn't really got to use it too much. really, I think I don't know. I've caught fish on the Bayou Brush Hog, but it's been spring and summer, so I can't really say either one. But I like both of them.
Yeah. It's kind of almost, I mean, I don't want to say it's the same bait, but it's because it's not, but it looks a lot the same and does a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think either way, if you flipped a Christie critter up next to a boat dock, a bass is going to hit either one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fly fishing. Y'all ever done any fly fishing? I've never done that. Never
I
done it.
have a cheap fly rod from Walmart that I got when I was like 11. It's just sitting in the garage. I'm gonna try to use it this year though.
Yeah. Be fun. That's what my dad started out on. He always tells me the story. He's like with a fly rod, and he'd go fish off the bank with a fly rod and just hammer them. That's what got him hooked on fishing.
There's a guy that I work with. He uses a fly rod to catch fish. He's been down here to the pond and just slate them.
Really?
Slate 'em down here. Yeah.
There's a guy that I see all the time muskie fishing with a fly rod.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does it all year out of like a little, like 14-foot aluminum boat. I mean, the thing looks like it's about to sink all the time. And he gets out there with a fly rod, and dude, he's the guy who caught the state record, I think. And he's like 55-inch muskie he caught on a fly rod.
God.
I would. Well, there's people that fly fish for tarpon and stuff too. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't see how they do it. I really
That
don't.
sounds crazy.
we had somebody ask about our ideas on JJ's Magic and Spike It. I love JJ's Magic. I truly, I'm the whole series I'm doing on how bass feed. The third part's about how bass smell and taste, which isn't out yet, but I'm going to film it. But I've had bass hold on to a bait longer with JJ's Magic on it than they've one that doesn't. I don't think bass can, they can smell things, but I think they taste things more. And when they suck something in there and hold on to it and it tastes like something more natural, they're going to hold on to it more. Because you got to think, how fast can we spit something out that tastes bad? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bass can do the same thing. They can taste it and just spit it right back out.
Yeah.
So I like anything like that. Anything that gives me a little bit of an advantage. Bass has got a brain the size of my thumbnail, but somehow can outsmart me all the time.
That's like Berkeley gulp, man. That fish down at the coast, they love that stuff. It don't matter what kind of fish it is. Anything will eat a gulp.
Mm-hmm.
Gulp shrimp.
Well, I was doing some research for that video, but I've heard there's certain species of fish, a shark can smell like a drop of blood in
Oh yeah.
From 6 miles away or whatever. There's salmon and stuff that can smell where they were born, and their instincts tell them that's where they were born from 60 miles away, and that's why they can swim back to where they were born and lay their eggs.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
So I bet a lot of saltwater fish have more to do, can smell better than freshwater fish can. But that's a lot to do with how they eat and all that.
Thoughts on Mega Strike? I've never used it.
Neither have I.
Neither.
Can't say much on that.
Mm-mm.
Best chatterbait, Z-Man, the original.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that Strike King Rage.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I like it. I really like that one.
Don't it got a free floating head or something?
Yeah, I think I was gonna see if I had any in here, but I don't think I do. I think they're all in my chatterbait box. Yeah, I don't have any. But I don't know. I just like that Rage head on it. It just seems like it's got more vibration, wobble to it.
Yeah. Somebody said on Shaky Heads, you ever use floating worms? Yeah, those biospawns float. They're low salt content, and I try to find Zoom worms that are low salt content. And those new hand ports from Zoom are good because they float straight up. You get something with too much salt and it'll just lay on the bottom. So I like anything that the tail stands up.
Yeah, there was this worm that I used a couple of years ago. It was like Dave's Tournament Tackle. It's basically like a Zoom finesse worm, but it had a lot of float in it. But there's Gambler floating worms that I have. They're okay.
Really? Gambler is anything Gambler makes I like.
The cream scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check that out. I have to start looking at some of all these cram lures. This is interesting to
You
me.
need to. They're good. They're good. I gotta put it in order here. I gotta get some more stuff on them.
Are you sponsored by them?
Behind. No, I'm on the pro staff, but I'm not. You know, I'm just on the pro staff. Let's see.
Thoughts on a preacher rig, aka a spro head with feathers, like a hair jig?
That's what it
I love
sounds
hair
like.
jigs. Hair jigs on a ledge in the summer, ripping that off the bottom. Money. Need some video ideas. Just fish haven't been biting lately. Matt. I don't know. That's a good question. That's what I sit around and think about all the time.
Yeah, definitely video ideas. I'm running out. I can't do any fishing.
I'm gonna start. I mean, I'm still fishing, but I'm still wanting to do some some instructional. So that's why I did that whole How Bass Feed series. I got interested about that, picked up some books and started reading. So I've been really interested lately on the science of a bass, because I think if I can learn some of that stuff, it's just something else I know. You know what I mean?
Larry, I would get the colors you normally use. I mean, they've got a lot of good colors. They got a ton of colors. You can actually go on Cream's website and download the book or whatever, and get all that. Find out everything they've got on the website, and you can download that book if you want to, and have all the colors and everything. They've got some good stuff.
Oh, Larry said, yeah, it's a hair jig, but they add feathers in the center. So it's like a big bucktail. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I've got some ones that I bought at the boat show. Those in my video that have got feathers in them. Yeah, anything to add just a little bit more flash to a hair jig is good. Somebody said thoughts on flukes, and I guess we could tie that into jerkbaits too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the biggest smallmouth I've ever caught was on a jerkbait. I love fishing a jerkbait. You can just absolutely slam them here in the spring on a jerkbait. Flukes as well. If they're not wanting something loud and flashy like a jerkbait, throw a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on
cleaning video. Go ahead.
No, you're good, bud. You go ahead.
Someone said a reel cleaning video. I was thinking about doing that. Actually, my spinning reels need cleaning.
Knowing me, I can get it apart and get back together.
Well, check out my videos and you'll learn.
yeah, somebody post that video so I can learn. I tell you one tip that I actually did learn off YouTube that I never thought about was from old Andrew Flair, was to loosen your magnets up when you're not using a reel, so you don't mess your magnets up. Never thought about that, or your drag. I mean, somebody said thoughts on spooning for bass. I guess you just mean fishing a spoon. Yeah, I fish deep a lot in the summer, so any technique like hair jigs, spoons, deep cranking, all that kind of stuff, I've love to do it, and I've caught fish doing it all, so I like to fish a spoon. What do you guys think?
I've tried spoon. I hadn't really had a lot of luck with it yet. I want to try it some more. I seen a good video the other day from what's that guy's name? I'm trying to think. That Chad Hoover, what's his channel? The kayak guy.
Okay.
Yeah. But I seen a good video that he put out the other day on using spoons, putting trailers and all that stuff, using the Johnsons and all that, those spoons. I want to try some of that more.
Yeah.
All my fishing's shallow docks, grass beds, so there's not really much spooning to go on there.
Here, I'll show y'all a damn spoon. y'all can play around all you want to, but that's a spoon.
Holy moly!
That's that Ben Parker Magnum spoon. Yeah, that thing.
Muskie spoon.
No, well, you can use it I threw it a couple years ago from muskie and didn't catch nothing on it, but I've caught some bass on this thing before. But you look
I
at
mean,
it like
that's-
that, and you're like, it's huge. But you got to think about it. If a bass sees it like that, it looks like a bait fish.
Yeah.
And it's not that thick, and I mean, they'll come up behind it and just engulf it.
Hey, how you like this bad boy?
There you go. What is that? The spook?
This is a Chug and Spook saltwater edition.
Salt. Oh, so it's got those saltwater hooks on it.
Yeah, I bought 2 of these. I bought one this color, and I bought another one that's up in the building. I haven't opened it yet.
Really?
This is the bone color, I think.
That's pretty.
I've actually caught a fish on this thing. The fish
Really?
was actually about the same size.
That's something I'll never understand. Is I'll be throwing something that's 6 inches long, and I'll have a bass that ain't even 5 inches long eat it.
Oh yeah. I'll show you something I was playing around with last year. Y'all ever fish devil's horses?
I don't know. Let me see. I think I've heard of it, but I don't know if I've ever fished one.
Well, let me show you the original devil's horse before we
judge.
Yeah. Well, before you know what I'm doing here. All right, that's the original devil's horse.
Okay.
You can see it.
Is that top water?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the
Prop bait,
blades
yeah.
on the front.
Yeah.
All right. If you ever buy one of these, make sure it's got the rounded blades, because if it's got them pointed blades, it won't work.
Really?
Yeah, that won't work.
I got some old
This
school
right here.
lures over on the wall that look like that.
All right, here's the Mac Daddy right here. I got them. This thing here, it's got wood chopper blades on it. I hadn't perfected it yet. That back blade sometimes gets in the hook.
Yeah.
That talking about moving some water. That thing right there will move some water.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the pompadour and the whopper plopper before there was a pompadour and a whopper plopper.
Yeah.
I want to
tell
get
you,
one of those, by the
on
way.
that back blade, you need to just put an extra split ring. Probably fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
you're
dude,
right.
that whopper plopper and the pompadour, I've got them both, and I cannot, like the whopper plopper I've had a lot of followers on, and I've caught 1 fish on it. That pompadour, I've never caught a fish on it. I don't know what the deal. I guess I just need to fish it more.
Thoughts on curly tail worms?
Yeah, I mean, ledge fishing in the summer when they don't want to bite the power stuff. Old Monster's the way to go.
Thoughts on curly tail worms? I love a curly tail worm. I'll use it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, definitely.
I got some friends that all they swear by is a Motorola curly tail worm. They won't throw nothing else, and if they ain't biting that, they go home. The thoughts on the Berkeley Havoc Devil Spear and Pit Balls? I have not thrown those, but I'm wanting to get some this year. Have y'all thrown them?
I've thrown the pit ball, so I haven't thrown the devil spear.
That Devil Spear, isn't that what what's his name? The Elite Series guy, the young guy. He won the Delta this year. He's sponsored by Toyota and ARE truck caps. Oh, come on. He's slipping more. I like to watch him fish. He's like the new upcoming guy.
Travis Moran's in here. How you doing, Travis?
His last name starts with a Z, I think.
Brandon. It's not Brandon. It's not Polinick. Hold on a second. I'll tell you exactly who it is. He's featured on Tackle Warehouse this week.
I know who
You
you're
just
talking
said
about.
Justin. Travis said Justin.
Justin Lucas. That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right, man. It's Justin Lucas. Yeah, I think that's what he won on, was that Devil Spear.
I thought you were talking about that guy that caught the like the 12-pounder this year.
Oh, that's Chris Zaldane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all dangerous. Sorry, y'all. I watched, dude, when they started that Bass Live, when they could like show the tournaments live on the internet. Oh, I was hooked. It was like it's when the football goes up, because I'm telling you, dude, we got Super Bowl coming up, and we got like a month, and then fishing starts, and I can watch fishing. It's awesome because I can watch fishing until football starts again.
My wife is on me so bad right now. I've got 95% of our 500 gig DVR that's on that much. I've got to watch of fishing stuff. It's just I need to watch. I haven't even watched it yet.
Hey, buddy, you're getting a lot of static coming in on our side.
All right, let me undo and I'll.
I couldn't hear him at all. Did you hear what he said?
No. There we go.
You hear me now?
Yeah, there you go, buddy. So what'd you say? Sorry, we couldn't
Last
hear
time.
anything he said.
I was saying that my wife on our DVR, I've got it just about 95% full of fishing stuff that I've got recorded. I still got to watch. I guess I'm just going to go through and start deleting it. She's getting mad at me because she's wanting to go watch her stuff.
That's
When
funny.
the Elite Series was up here on the Upper Bay, I was watching that thing every day.
Away, Martin won that one.
Huh?
Martin's won that one, didn't he?
Oh yeah, with he caught like a 7.2, and he was fishing a marina on a creek right next to mine. Like I could have
Really?
went out and saw him.
Dude, you should have. Those guys are always. It's always cool to just go see them fishing. They just they fish at a whole different speed.
Yeah, I went to the final day and saw him hold up his 7.2.
There's a bunch of you guys up here. You and John B. and One Rod, One Reel, and y'all all live up there right close to each other.
Yeah, One Rods. I fished with him during the fall. He only lives like 45 minutes away from me.
Really?
Yeah.
Noah, let's see. Jacob's asked, let's see, they're talking about wacky rigs.
Oh, God, here we go. Just sit
Here
back
it
and
is.
relax and enjoy the show.
There you go. Here it is, guys. There it is. I love fishing a wacky rig in the wintertime. It's awesome.
Catch a lot of fish doing that.
Yeah. If you want to see some video of me catching some fish on wacky rig, go to my channel and start watching. You'll see them. That's for sure.
We just need to change your name to like the Wacky King or something like that.
Well, it would fit, that's for sure.
I got some of those new Gambler Cincos this year. I don't know what I got some in the box. I don't even know what they're called, but they're really, really high salt content, so they sink really fast. But I mean, they're not as finessey, but I've been digging on those pretty good. What length do you prefer, man, on your wacky worms?
I use 5-inch is pretty much all I've used. Now I did buy some of the. Hang on a second. I'll show you what I bought here this past weekend. I want to try them. These are the 7-inch Gary Yamatos.
Okay, yeah.
I bought some of these. These are the big boys. These are here. Big and thick. I just want to try them, see how they do, but everything else I got is 5-inch, and I've got.
Yeah, I usually go 4.
You fish a lot of creeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, smaller stuff. Yeah, you'd probably crack one of those little biospawns, dude, on a shaky head. They got it's like it's called oxblood. It looks just like a little goby or something.
Oh,
Just
really?
sifting through the mud, yeah. It looks good.
You said about Biospawn?
Yeah, it's by Biospawns. They're 4.5 inch.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, looks good. Do you guys ever eat any of the fish you catch? I'm exclusively catch and release on bass. Now crappie and stuff like that. I don't keep them because I just don't want to go through the trouble of filleting them and all that. But like my papaw, every year we do a fish fry at Christmas and fry over 1,000 pieces of crappie. 100 pieces of crappie. So
Up until last year, I would always keep the keeper stripers that I caught, and this past season I said I'm not doing it. After living where they live, I care too much about, like their habitat and stuff. I'm not keeping them anymore.
And I mean, like, my fish population right here, we're not like on Gunnersville or something like that where there's thousands of big fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, if you pull up on a spot and catch 2 5-pounders and a 7, you've done something. So I'd rather put those back and see them go make babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing I ever keep is maybe some crappie or something like that. I don't ever keep bass.
With all the huge yellowbird population here, I've been thinking about keeping a couple just to see. I've heard they are pretty good to eat.
I've heard they're really good to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
What's
a question there, Alex.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Alex drinking? Water. I'll go fix you up. I promise you, I'm not getting lit. Y'all ain't drove me to drink just yet.
Here's what I'm drinking. I'm just about out too.
Oh, you're gonna be so wired up by the end of the live stream. We ain't gonna know what
It
to do with you.
don't do nothing for me anymore. I'm so used to it.
Ah, dude, I'm the same way. Caffeine, it's like you need that 1 in the morning to get you going. Then after that, I'm good.
Yeah.
What's our thoughts on weights, 1/2 ounce or 3/8 ounce? I like flipping a 1/2 ounce just because I try to get a little bit more of a reaction bite out of a bass when I flip it up next to a dock, unless they're being really slow, and then I'll drop the weight. You guys?
I like the 1/2 ounce for a Carolina rig. I don't use a lot of weights, as you know, unless it's Carolina or Texas rigging. If I'm Texas rigging, and usually the waters around here, I can get by with a 3/8 ounce, something like that.
I never Carolina rig, and I usually stay light. I'm never throwing 3/8 is probably the most I go.
But you have to call some of the small ones for the large ones to grow, and they end a lot of the same size. Yeah, you're right. It's just the fish population where I'm at. It may be different where you're at, but we don't have this is. I mean, there's plenty of people who keep them, so I don't keep them. But I know of people who keep them. So you know what I mean. They're keeping their fair share and more, and sometimes more than their fair share. So I just let them do. That's just me as a fisherman. You know, you can do what you want to do, man.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Tight Lines Fishing.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, man. It means a lot. It's cool that people even want to, you know, when I started this whole YouTube thing, I never thought anybody would want to watch my videos, and now I've got 500 subscribers going on 600, so it's really cool. I've got hooked up with Lucky Tackle Box too, so it's going to be a great opportunity. It's really cool to see what this can do for somebody.
What's up, Pond Bassmaster?
Ryan's got a friend. Got to start putting out signatures, man. You can walk into Walmart one day. Can I have your signature?
I'm no Roman Atwood or anything.
Have we missed any questions? I'm trying to make sure we've not, missed anything. Thomas, Zach said you're the best YouTuber ever.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Pretty good, man. You're pretty good.
Just having fun, man. Just having fun.
That's what it is. I enjoy making these videos.
Oh yeah,
It's too much fun.
It is.
I don't know. I think it's cool that this. I feel like the sport of bass fishing is starting to get taken seriously now, and that this is kind of like the new thing for it. I think this is going to help it grow, and people are going to start seeing us and be like, oh, well, they're like serious. They're not just a bunch of rednecks running around on the bank. For you up north, I don't know what. I mean, Yankees running around on the bank. I don't know. Yeah, I just went there. But,
I'm not that north.
that's right. Yeah, so it's cool to see. This whole YouTube thing is cool because we're in the sport growing. We're kind of we're watching it grow.
Let's see. Pondmaster asks, "Who's who?" I know one of you tuned into my live stream with Ryan.
That's probably you.
Yeah.
I'm Alex. Hi.
Yeah, Alex Road Fishing. It's the guy with a beard.
Yeah, so go subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Go subscribe to Upper Bay Bassin if you haven't. Obviously, if you're watching this, you Southern Outdoors and Sea, we're already subscribed to that. How often do you guys make put out videos? I try to do twice a week.
That's what I do. And the video I put out today, I announced in it, I'm going to try to start putting out on Tuesdays and Fridays. Because Tuesdays and Thursdays for me, it's just getting a little bit quick. I mean, to get everything done and edited and out, it's just. But I may still try to put out a video, like on the weekends and stuff like that. But it's just right now, it's just with the time, the way it is, and everything. Because a lot of times, like in the summertime, I can get a lot of videos out, no problem, because I can go fish in the evenings and I can get videos out. But right now, I mean, the ideas, I guess, is the main thing, and just time.
Definitely. Yeah, once the season starts picking up, I'm definitely gonna try to put out at least 3, probably 3.
Yeah, I may try to put out a third starting in summertime too. But right now, it's just going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I mean,
I've been
Fridays.
experimenting with it, trying to figure out what the best times to upload is, because I've heard there's like better times to upload during the day and days of the week than others. You get more views or something like that.
Yeah, that guy that runs, I think, the YouTube creators page. I can't remember his name. What is his name? Travis sent us a link to his channel the other day. But I've been watching him for a long time, and he put out a video about that. And if you go on YouTube and look it up, I mean, just at that time it was better to put out in the afternoon. So that way the video will be in their mailbox, when they come home, get done eating or whatever, and then they, go ahead and start watching the videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying this one, the second part of that How Bass Feed, I'm putting it out Sunday at 6. So I'm going to see how that does.
Quick shout out to Pond Bassmaster. Go check out his channel.
For sure. I think I'm subscribed to his channel, to tell you the truth. Maybe.
I need to check, make sure I am.
Thoughts on Yum Crawbug trailer? I've never used them. You guys?
No.
Neither have I. Trying to see. What's y'all's favorite? I guess. I mean, we all have a favorite technique. What's y'all's favorite techniques? Just regardless season, whatever. Like, if you could do one thing all the time, what would it be?
Top water.
Top water. Yep.
Top water.
Something about a bass blowing up on top water.
Oh, God, it's unbelievable. There's one thing. Go ahead, Ron. You go ahead and.
Either that or a drop shot. I fell in love with a drop shot.
Yep.
There's one thing I've been wanting to get hit top water. I have not had to do it yet, and that's a redfish. I want that so bad. That's one of my goals this year is get a redfish on top water.
I bet that'd be sick.
Oh gosh, I can't. I want one so bad. I've been trying, man. It's just hadn't got it yet.
God, dude, it don't matter what it is. When it hits topwater, it is the most violent train wreck.
Yeah.
And especially in the summer, like early in the morning when they're really aggressive. Oh, it's just a train wreck. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're just going along. Oh, it's all peaceful, doo, and it's on like Donkey Kong.
It's like a cinder block or a big rock hit the water and just
like somebody just dropped it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
And then you wait for it. And what's so cool is when you wait for them and you feel them start to pull on it, and then you just sow down into them, dude. It's just awesome. Topwater or jig was his favorite. What's our most favorite lure to throw? What do you guys think?
Mine, I guess, would be, well, I've got two. I guess it'd be the topwater heading Chugging Spook Jr. And then I like the Carolina rig, using a lizard. I love that. I love
That
using
is a
Carolina rig.
Sammy. That's my favorite thing to throw. I'd throw a
Probably,
Sammy. If I could throw a Sammy every day of the year, I'd throw a Sammy.
Got that right.
Probably the, I said I like to throw small stuff. I like the Heddon, it's the Zero Puppy. It's like a 3-inch. It's tiny. It's caught me so many fish.
Really?
I used to use those. There's mine.
Old Chugging Spook. The Lucky Craft has come out with a gunfish. It's kind of like a Chugging Spook.
Oh, yeah.
I want to try that out. The whole throwing a Sammy thing, though, I guard them like gold. I mean, like, if they get hung, I'm going in for them, do whatever I have to do. It don't matter, because they are not cheap.
I guarantee it.
Like
See
that
ya,
new
Palm
gunfish.
Master.
What'd you say, bud? Go ahead.
Palm Master.
Yeah, I was just
See,
saying
man.
about him. Yep.
Yeah, but that I think that new gunfish is like $17.99 or something crazy like that. It's just expensive.
Those Lucky Crafts are nice, but
Yeah.
price tag is...
About like Livingston.
I've got really into. I used to throw Strike King a lot, and then I kind of got away from it just because the quality went down. So I've started throwing a lot more Duo Realis, Lucky Craft, some of the Japanese stuff. I mean, and it's expensive, but I mean, for what you're getting and not losing fish because you got quality hooks and quality components, it's worth it.
And if you don't get risky up in them trees, then you're good.
Yeah. But for $2-3 more, I'm getting a better bait. So.
Yeah.
Somebody said topwater for a muskie. I tried this year to get a muskie to rise on topwater and could not get them to do it, but I would love to see that. Favorite time to fish, morning or evening, whenever they're biting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's just I mean, I'll do it all day, all night. It don't matter.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of nights when I come rolling in about 4 o'clock in the morning where I've been fishing all night, or come rolling in at 11:30 at night where I fish from 7 in the morning to 11:30 at night. I just do it all the time, man.
I used to be that way. I hadn't done that in a long time though.
See, my dad will do it with me, so I drag his old butt out there with me, and he'll do it though. He used to be a big time tournament fisherman, so he used to do it all. I mean, it didn't matter, lightning, thunder, storming, rain, snow. He was out there in it.
I have not fished Lake James, Noah.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure where it's at.
Somebody, I just saw one I was gonna. Winter pond fishing, man. I don't fish a lot of ponds. What are y'all's thoughts?
What was the question?
Wintertime pond fishing, your favorite bait?
Oh, well, mine's Cinco, of course.
Come on, why do we even
that and a little like a KVD 1.5, just something small.
Yeah.
With not a lot of wobble, maybe not the KVD, but like that little Rick Clum. That one's a good one.
Yeah, there's probably 3 baits that I would probably stick to. It would be a Ned rig, which is like a little jig head with a 3-inch Senko on it. A drop shot with a short leader, so like the hook will be closer to the weight because they're going to be on the bottom more. And probably a jerk bait.
What kind of forage y'all got in your ponds? Like, what's the main? Like when I'm fishing a lake, I could fish anything from the shad spawn to bluegill and crawdad. What do y'all got?
Well, I got some kind of old slimy moss mess starting in my pond again. It does it every year.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back at my videos from last spring, you'll see it, and then around Memorial Day, it's just like gone.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know what you call it, what kind of grass or moss it is, but it's just kind of slimy mess. Now, I can't throw anything on the bottom with like a jig or something like that. or Carolina rig or any kind of Texas rig like that, I can't throw nothing that stays on the bottom much. Most of everything I have to throw is going to be like a trick worm or fluke or something that, weightless pretty much.
Yeah.
Stick to that Senko.
Yeah, Senko, something.
You got shad in that pond or bluegill or what?
No, bluegill and crappie.
Yeah, we got bluegill, crappie, shad. Some of them have crawfish in it, frogs. Pretty much everything.
Yeah, see, around us we got a little bit of everything, but then you also got like Tennessee River System chain that's got skipjack that are 12, 13 inches long. And you'll have bass, like you'll get a bass rolled up sometimes, and I'll have one of those stuck in its throat. And it'll be like a 12-inch bass that tried to eat a 8-inch skipjack or something like that. It's crazy. Ned rig in the winter. I've never fished that Ned rig, y'all. I guess
I have not. I want to. I mean, I hadn't yet.
It's a neat little rig. Gotta fish it slow, but it'll catch you fish.
Really? You got any size on it, or has it just been a bunch of numbers?
No size really. Biggest probably like a pound, pound and a half.
Cool. Thoughts on Plano waterproof boxes?
I haven't used them.
I haven't used them. Like I said, I use the Bass Mafia. So, but anything I guess waterproof is good. Keeps everything good and dry.
I want to get some of those Bass Mafias. They look awesome.
Yeah, they are really good boxes.
Looks like the Bopper asked, do you guys use Google Earth to find new ponds? Not necessarily new ponds. I mean, if I find a pond that I'm allowed to fish, I'll scope it out with that. But I use Google Earth a lot of times, especially down at the coast, to look for deep holes and stuff. Where fish might be hanging out in, or either trying to find my way through a creek or something other, like that. You see sandbars and stuff, you kind of try to stay away from that. I also use it. I also use it around the lakes around here. Try to find different things.
Yeah, I use Google Earth all the time.
Yeah, I'll use it sometimes. Some of the ponds I might find may not be able to fish there, but I'll go look at them.
Yeah, I use Google Earth all the time. Just like especially if I'm looking at something, I'll go back in time when the water's down and look for structure offshore and stuff like that, and then go find it with the graph. And like if I'm going, like when we go to Gunnersville, I'll go like look for a slough or something that we can get into before we get there and just have an idea where it's at. So yeah, Google Earth is a huge asset for a bass fisherman.
It is.
Especially the time thing where you can go back to May of this year and look and see what the water was like, and then go to present and all that kind of stuff. It's awesome. What's our advice on pound test when flipping or fishing the laydowns with crawls? I use 50-pound braid or 20-pound fluorocarbon, but mostly 50-pound braid.
Well, I've never used anything that heavy except down the coast on my big ocean reel.
Yeah. I love my braid when I'm flipping. If I ain't messing around. I'm gonna jack the.
Well, I mean, if you're flipping the cover that's heavy, I mean, I don't blame you. I would too, but usually what I'm fishing in, 20 is enough for me.
Really? Well, see, our problem is like you'll get in a pocket and there'll be like a shopping cart and a fence run down in the water and there's all kinds of crazy stuff, and you'll flip in there and if you're fishing fluorocarbon, you bring it across that fence and you hook one, you're done. So I went to like 50 and 65-pound braid last year. That way I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And you just use a Sharpie and just mark that line up, and then bass can't. It don't bother them enough that they won't bite the bait.
Let's see, what fish finder do you use? I've got a Lowrance Elite 7.
We've got a Humminbird in the console. I'm not really sure which one it is. And then in the front we got a Humminbird 788, and then in the back we got a Humminbird 898. But we're wanting to get a 10-inch. We're wanting a 10-inch Helix is what our next purchase is.
I hadn't heard too many reviews on the Helix. I've heard a few, but they hadn't been too good. I don't know
Really?
much about the Helix.
There's a guy that fishes around us that got one that just absolutely loves it.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
just, that's just one person.
Yeah.
But I'm not really. I've been looking at them, and the down imaging and the side imaging on them is just ridiculous. I'll pull up a picture. There's one picture he pulled. Well, I say that my phone just died. Forget about that. But here's a picture. He had went over a bush, and you could almost. He had zoomed in on it, and you could almost see the fins on the fish's back. It was so detailed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But that is a chunk of change if you're wanting to buy one.
That tackle box, Noah. I don't know. You have to go back and look at that video. It's a few videos back. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it was a Plano, but I don't know what the model number of it was. But it's all in the description in that video if you just go back and look at my videos.
Do you got a fish finder on your kayak?
No, I'd like to have one. I found I'd like to have that Lowrance, little 4-inch, but I just can't put up $200-300 on one right now.
Totally understand that. Yeah, fishing on a budget.
Yeah.
Welcome to the normal man's life of fishing on a budget.
That's exactly right.
I don't know. I don't think we talked about this. Question says, do you all go by water temperatures to catch fish?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, depending on the water temperature is going to totally depend on what I'm throwing and what I think the bass are going to be doing and everything. But I mean, I promise you, here when the water's in the 40s, they're going to be biting a jerk bait or a crankbait or something like that. And when the water's in the 90s, they're going to be in 25 foot of water wanting to eat a jig or something like that. So, water temperature is a huge variable.
Mm-hmm.
And weather is a huge variable.
Yes, it is.
For any fisherman, one of the biggest pieces of advice I would give to him is getting really good at watching weather, understanding different moon phases, understanding, difference between high and low pressure and all that kind of stuff and how it affects a fish, because a fish can sense all that kind of stuff.
Pressure is huge.
Yes, I got a barometer on my phone, and I keep it. A TVA app that shows when they're pulling water through the dams, and then the Weather Underground app, because it shows me the moon phases, the barometer, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, temperature.
Yeah, I like using that barometer too. That's for sure.
And bass will normally eat on a falling barometric pressure, not on a rising.
Yeah.
See, bass are opposite to deer. Deer move when the pressure's rising, and bass eat when the pressure's falling. So
I know. I never understood that. That's crazy.
I don't know how a deer sits up and goes, well, pressure's rising, time to get up. I've never understood that. How a largemouth sitting on a log and goes, well, Frank, the pressure's falling, better eat that crawdad. I don't know.
Let's see. Baitcaster or spinner depends on what I'm using, what I'm throwing.
Hey, hold on just a second, guys. Yeah, it's in my room. Yeah, it's on my nightstand. Sorry, it's answering a question. Yeah, I understand the barometric pressure for sure. I'm just starting to get into bass fishing. Just moved to Georgia from New Jersey. Welcome to the South.
Yeah.
I was fishing mainly spin casting rigs for trout. What's a good first bait casting rig?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we kind of discussed this earlier. Depends on how much you want to spend, buddy. But in my opinion, a Abu Garcia Vengeance rod run you about $49, and then a Lew's Speed Spoil LFS, or even the Lew's what's the is it the MGS? It's a little bit cheaper. It's $49 too.
I think it's. Seem like that may be the one. I can't remember.
Yeah, those two about a 7 foot medium to 7 foot medium heavy. You're going to be able to fish a lot of techniques, and you get you a high speed reel. You're going to be able to fish square bills and plastics and everything else in between with that.
Yeah, it's definitely all around.
Yeah.
I also too don't. I mean, I've got that Cast King Royale Legend. It's only a $40 reel. It's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. I really like that reel. I mean, for the money, I mean it. So far, I've had good luck with it. The only thing you got to do is when you get it, pull the side cover off and go ahead and set the drag on it. You know, you'll have to do that. And if you don't know how to do it, watch my video and I show you how to do it. It's really simple. But you'll need to do that because you'll turn that thing wide open, or maxed out, and it'll still backlash on you. But you have to set that drag on it.
Well, this dude just said he can spend $300. So
Yeah, you got a wide variety.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
man, I can get you set up real nice for $300. You never have to buy a fishing rod and reel again. Nah, man, but for real, you can get really good stuff. I mean, don't think that a $99 or a $50 reel is like junk because it don't have a big price tag on it. I've got plenty of $99 reels in this boat that I'll never get rid of, and they're really high quality. So
Yeah, when I had those Aldebarans, I demoed that lose, and when I picked up that lose and it casted better than my Aldebaran, I was like,
yep.
I'm never buying that again.
Yep. I tell you, and the only thing I really spend money on is technique specific. Like my cranking setup, I got an Abu Garcia winch on a 8-foot Bass Pro Shop micro guide rod, and it's about a $300 setup, and it's because that's a deep cranking setup, and you know you need that gear ratio and all that for that. And but even like my finesse stuff, I just got a $69 President reel and a $99 Ghost rod, and it's awesome. I love it. So just know you don't have to spend an excessive amount of money on gear to have really good stuff.
Tight lines, nice. Glad you could join us there, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by, bud. It's really cool.
Definitely.
What I was thinking for top then brand. I'm not really sure what's he mean by. I guess what brand or what type, like in general, or what's he mean by that? You guys understand?
I'm not sure. Can you be a little more specific?
Pacific like the ocean, or specific like the word? Sorry, I had to get you. Oh God, we got him choked up now.
Oh God. Well, if you want to go into that, I'll just bring out my ocean rods.
That's right. Get the ocean gear. That's funny. Ducket is the best. Yeah, I got a lot of Ducket stuff. I like it. My new Terex rod I got for my birthday it's my new topwater rod, and it is the bomb.
I have to say I really like my Fenwick rods. I've got 3 of them now so far, and I want to get one more, and I really like them.
Yeah. I gotta go with my 13 Fishing Own the Black 2s. They're
good rod.
I was surprised by them. I tried one out and I was really impressed.
Cool. See, and that's another thing right there. All those brands, all really good stuff. You're not going to be disappointed in any of it. It's just finding what you like. See, I got the number 8 tackle.
They're made by 13 Fishing.
Yeah, I got their the 8-foot one, the flipping stick, the extra heavy, and I use it for punching mats. And dude, that thing surprised me this year.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking I'm going to set into a fish here in a minute, and it's just going to shatter for $79. But no, it's been awesome. You got in Upper Bay? You got any smallmouth river fishing tips?
I'm sure I could give you any tips. I've never caught a smallmouth so sadly. I know.
What?
I know.
Wait a minute. What I
I
mean
can give you tips because
You ain't never caught a smallmouth. Who up north ain't never caught a smallmouth? Come on now. Let's see.
I'm sure I can give you some tips because.
Go ahead, bud.
Sure I can give you some tips because I feel like I know how to catch them, but I just can't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to lead you on with anything.
I tell you, man, with smallmouth, you just got to remember they're more aggressive. So they like more aggressively worked baits. You're going to find.
I didn't know that, so there we go.
Yeah. That's why a lot of lot of your big smallmouth, especially like in the big lakes and stuff like that, they'll drift for them. And, you know, even though you're throwing a finesse rig like a drop shot, it comes by them, and it's total reaction. So,
all right.
yeah, smallmouth are extremely aggressive fish. So
I have caught, whenever I went to Wisconsin back when I was going in the 9th to 10th grade, I went there with a buddy and would fish the rivers and catch them up in the rocks near the dam. Man, that was fun. Using a little Rapala topwater bait. Let's see. Bring one out and show it to y'all guys.
yeah, in my topwater video, I talk about the difference between a largemouth and a smallmouth. A largemouth, a lot of the time, will want to eat it a little bit slower, while a smallmouth and a spotted bass, they want it more violent. You know, they want a kind of thing.
We're using these things right here, and then weightless worms, 6-inch weightless worms.
Yeah.
Kill them.
Killing them.
Pop them.
Talking eating them all the way up to that second treble hook.
That's right.
I love it. I love when a big old smallmouth decides he wants to have his way with a jerkbait. Oh god, dude, I've had them eat them so bad that I had to get the pliers and dig down in their throat to get the jerkbaits out. I mean, they just.
Oh god.
I'm telling you, dude, they are mean. I love it.
Just keep talking about them, just making me feel sick, man.
Come on, dude, come down here. We'll catch some. What colors are good
there one day?
Yeah, dude, we all need to get together one day and fish.
That'd be awesome.
We'd be a hoot, dude. We'd have too much fun.
Oh yeah.
Go eat the Waffle House every night and just fish. It'd be too much fun. It says, what colors are good for smallmouth? I found around me they like really flashy white, like really flashy bone colors, and like I got a dual realis jerkbait that's like bone on the top and then it's got a big chrome streak down the side. I've got one that's the same, but except for on the top and the bottom, it's chartreuse and methylate. I found that smallmouth like brighter, more extravagant colors around me. It could be totally different up north. What's your experience up north, man? I guess, well, I mean, you say, what do you...
Definitely
not picking on you,
flashy.
seriously.
I mean, I've had hits. I haven't landed one. I mean, I've had hits. I've seen them in the rivers. Definitely flashy. Depends on the water clarity. I mean, they're going to be in clear water, usually.
Yeah, our smallmouth are a little bit different. I think, I don't know, maybe one of you guys can answer this, but are there two different species of smallmouth like there are largemouth? Like, you know, you have Florida strain largemouth and you have northern strain largemouth. Are there southern strain smallmouth? Because ours look completely different than y'all's does.
I have no idea.
Because if you look at some of my videos, like our smallmouth are really long. It's like slender. And I mean, they'll get chunky, but they don't get like a football like those ones up north do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that might be something one of y'all, somebody can answer or figure that out.
There's a question up here. Thoughts on 13 reels. That was a while ago, but I've heard nothing but bad things about those reels. Hate to put down a company, but 13 fishing.
13 fishing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never fished with one because they're too dang on expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Their cheapest reel is like, what, $250 or something like that? Yeah. I ain't got the money for that. I mostly fish ponds. I want a budget. What's the best tackle backpack? What do you guys think?
I don't know. I don't use a backpack, but if you go to Hooked Fishing's YouTube channel, he just did a review on one. He really liked the one he got for Christmas.
Honestly, just take your books out of your school backpack and put some tackle in there. You don't really have to spend any money.
Yeah, I for the longest time, I didn't use it for pond fishing, but I used it for fishing stuff. I bought a Condor tactical backpack offline, and because it's got really hard sides, so you could put boxes and stuff down it. Just a backpack. I mean, I don't have any like specific stuff like that.
Let's see, what's y'all's favorite thing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good. You go ahead.
Jacobs asked, what is your favorite thing to do besides fishing? Being on the water boating.
No, because I can't do that because as soon as I get on the water, I'm thinking about fishing.
Oh yeah.
Like you get me on some pleasure boat, and I'm looking at a point, going, I can catch a fish right there. I know I can catch a fish right there, and I just can't stand it.
Yeah. It's really hard for me when in the summertime, my wife wants to go down to the coast, take the boat, and she wants to go cruising.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, and I want so bad to be out there fishing.
Can't. My favorite thing, I like to just be outdoors in general, man. I like to hike and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, just be outside. I want to be outside all the time if I can. So that's
I'm not an indoors person. I mean, the only reason I'm indoors is just doing what I'm doing right here or editing videos.
Yeah.
Besides that, I'm outside.
Making videos or like it's freezing outside, I'm not gonna go outside.
Yeah. Yeah, making videos. I guess that would be my one thing. If I'm not fishing, I will be making a video about fishing.
Yeah.
So.
Something fishing related always.
Yes, for sure. Like sitting in the boat, just cleaning the boat out. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I used to hunt, but I don't really hunt much anymore. I kind of got out of it.
Yeah, me too.
It became way too much work. You know what I mean?
My brother hunts a ton. I was thinking about filming his hunts and putting it on my channel.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I've offered that. See, I'd go film. I think it'd be really fun to film people hunting.
Yeah, I just like, also photography. I love photography, videography, just doing that stuff.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. You use O-rings on your wacky rigs, Thomas?
Yeah, I do.
Save you some.
The only ones I'm using right now is the ones that come with the little bass, the little tool. Let's see, hang on a second, I'll show it to you. The little tool you can buy at Bass Pro Shops.
Oh yeah.
Hang on a second, let me get this thing out of the way here. You just slide these up on there, put your worm down in there, and it just pops right on the worm.
Yeah.
Like that.
There you go. That save you a lot of plastic.
Yes, sir. I used them to begin with without that, and I was tearing up, especially them Gary Yamato worms. I was tearing them up, and I couldn't handle that. Those things are too expensive, so I started using those, and I can't tell the difference. I'm catching just as many fish, so.
This guy asked this question earlier, and I think he's asked it because we didn't get to it. Thoughts on tubes? I've had my seasons where a tube is caught me a lot of fish, and I have had seasons where they don't. It just really depends.
That's what I got my one smallmouth bite on, so I guess you're okay.
I'll use tubes for crappie fish, for bass fish. I mean, they'll hit them. I like using tubes.
It's so different around here every year. I mean, it's something new every year. Or, there's some old just like faithfuls like deep cranking and stuff, but like plastics wise and stuff, I mean, dude, it's something new every year. So it's hard for me to be real specific. You know what I mean? And then there was somebody. You guys ever done or gone deep sea fishing once? Had a lot of fun.
My dad has. I really want to.
I have not been out deep sea fishing. I've been near shore fishing, out to the Yopon Reef out down Oak Island. But other than that, it's about as far as I've been out.
Another guy says, "Do you ice fish?" No, the lakes have never frozen around me. I've never seen a frozen lake.
I ain't either. I don't know what one looks like.
Yeah, and I'd be scared to go out on it.
I know, I would too. These guys that get out there on it, man, it just tears my nerves up.
To the bopper, however you say your name, man. Doesn't the O-ring set your hook off to the side? Yes, it does, but you can double up on the O-rings and make an X and run it through that X, and it'll set it straight.
Yeah, I think
I don't really have that problem.
Did a video on that.
You not had that problem?
No, I ain't had that problem at all. I run mine through there. I don't know if it's a certain hook that they're using or what, but this is that little Gamakatsu hook. And I really ain't had that problem. I just run it through there, and it might go to the side just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like the young worm, I think it's got that little slot, and you can set that hook right down in that slot, and it'll stay put.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I really ain't had that problem. I mean, you set the hook, you're gonna get it.
They engulf that wacky rig so hard, there ain't no messing around with it most of the time. It's just right in the roof of the mouth.
how much longer y'all want to run this? I'm gonna have to get off here in just a minute, I guess.
Whenever you're ready, buddy.
Couple more questions.
Yeah, we'll hit a couple more questions and we'll get it off. Get off here.
Okay, I'm in Nova Scotia. No.
Sorry. Never been up to Nova Scotia myself. You guys?
No.
One time when I was a SEAL, I went up there now. Guy said he drove his F-250 on Lake Michigan.
God.
I ain't taking the Tundra on Lake Michigan. That would not.
God, I'd be scared to death. Because you hear that ice cracking under you.
Yes.
Making noises.
Yeah. And you see them show. Wasn't there a dirty job where they pulled a truck out of the ice like that one time? Remember they had to cut the chainsaw? They cut a hole with a chainsaw and then pulled a truck out of that it fell through the ice. Or something crazy like that. Yeah.
That's just like those ice road truckers, man. It just, I could not do that. That scared me to death.
This is crazy. What's our favorite fishing brand? Well, it changes every year, man. I find new stuff and get digging on new stuff. Right now it's Duo Realis. I've been digging on some Duo stuff. It's caught me a lot of fish. You guys?
I like Cream. I like Zoom. I like
Zoom.
Sure. I like so far. I mean, what little I've used to those golden baits by Gerald Golden. I like that stuff. It's good looking stuff too.
Lucky Craft.
Yeah.
I'm definitely liking the Tight Lines UV.
Are you?
Caught me so many fish.
I'm gonna have to give some of those a try. I may grab me a bag of those beavers before I go to Gunnersville in the summer and just see what that's about. I've heard a lot of good stuff from them. Let's see. What's a cheap good reels? We've went over that about 1,664 times. I like my Lose LFSs. You guys were the Cast King.
Yeah.
Have you tried their braid?
Yes. Yeah, I've got some on. Yeah, I've got it. It works good.
Does it? Okay.
But I want some of that that Mega 8, I think it is. It don't make it. It's smaller diameter. It's black, and you ain't got to color it up. It goes through. It goes in your reel. It don't make that sound like normal braid does.
Yeah.
I want to get
That's
some
what
of
I
that.
got right there. I got that in 65 pound to flip with, and I just was wanting to know if.
I got this in 6 for my my ultralight needs.
There you go. Yeah,
I
run really light braid on my spinning rod to a fluoro leader. So
yeah, it's pretty nice. It's
Have you had any breaking issues?
Huh?
You had any breaking issues with it breaking?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, good.
No, it's quality stuff. You can look up videos on YouTube. Power Pro against Cast King and Cast King
holds up.
Cast King, yeah. Oh yeah.
What baits are better for, I guess, spinning rods, and what baits are better for bait casting rods? Spinning rods, you want to go light tackle. Bait casting, you want to go heavier tackle.
Finesse spinning.
Yeah, finesse.
Yeah.
Weightless worms.
It just makes it easier.
Stuff like that.
Because anything light, you try to throw it on a bait cast, you're just going to backlash yourself into insanity.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Chigger crawl. I love a chigger crawl on the back of a jig. Them things are awesome.
You guys use memory spray on your 4-carbon. I have not put 4-carbon, a whole spool of it on my bait caster yet. I'm going to, but I have not. You guys?
I use cold poly for my cranking needs, and then for like straight fluoro, I'm just tying leaders and stuff, so I've never really had to use it. And then somebody
take that back. I put 12-pound Seagarm Vizix on one of my Aldebarans for jerkbait fishing. It was nice. I liked it.
Somebody asked mono with low memory trilene.
Yeah.
I use a lot of trilene. Sometimes I'll crank with mono. I've not found any problem with cranking with mono, especially if you're trying to save money.
When I was first getting into it, that's all I used. I used 15-pound P-line CXX for like a year. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing. wrong
back
with it.
before the other stuff ever come out, I mean, mono's the only way. That's about the only thing you had to choose from.
Yeah. I mean, you put 12-pound mono on a cranking stick, I promise you're going to hit 25 feet. If the plug says it's 25 feet, it's going 25 feet, mono or not.
Oh, yeah.
You ever broken braid before? Yeah, on a absolute freaking monster at Gunnersville. She was the biggest bass. That would probably been my first double-digit bass, biggest bass I've ever seen in my life. And I actually flipped in on a big old patch of grass and turned around and was talking to Dad or doing something, and like just let it sit there and picked up on it, and she was going sideways with it, and I sat down on her, and when I did, it broke the knot, and she come up and tried to shake the hook because it was drove in the roof of her mouth, and when she come up, I'm not kidding, her mouth was that big around. She was huge, biggest bass I've ever seen.
It's the only time I've ever over that one.
Yeah, and I don't think the braid broke, to tell you the truth. I think my knot came. I think the knot broke. I don't think the braid broke.
Yeah. I don't really use braid straight usually to the bait. I usually use a 4 leader.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I really can't say that I really hadn't ever had circumstances too much where the braid has broke.
Yeah. I use a lot of braid for flipping.
Now, like Carolina rig fishing down the coast, I've had where the weight has banged up my knot enough and going up and down, going over oyster rocks and stuff like that, where it's broke that way, but not on a fish.
Yeah, it's hard to break braid, man, especially the heavy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 65-pound braid is literal. I think you could strap it to a truck and pull it.
That's the truth. Stuff's like.
It's like rope.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
it is like rope. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
See, do you fish for catfish? No, I don't try. I try to avoid catfish. Mono or fluoro, I'd rather fish mono because it's cheaper.
That's true.
Uni knot or polymer. I use a polymer for mono, and I use that, like I said, that Shaw Grigsby knot for my fluoro. But I know you guys use unis.
Yeah, I'm a straight uni guy.
What knot do you use for braid to fluoro? I use a double uni. You guys?
Yeah, me too.
I'd use double uni as well.
Yeah, uni to uni that's the strongest one I've found.
Yeah, and the knot's not real big either.
No.
Yeah,
well, go ahead, bud.
All right. There's this one knot that I found on YouTube a couple of years ago for tying braided fluoro, but it doesn't work every time you do it. Sometimes it'll slip out, it won't cinch down, but when it does work, it's really good.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking. The one where you make the X and then you like wrap down one side and come back through and then wrap down those.
This one you take a loop, you put it in the braid, and then you kind of just kind of match them up, and then go down once with the fluoro and go through the loop, and you pull it through. But it doesn't cinch down. Like sometimes the fluoro will just pull out.
Yeah. See, that uni to uni, what I like is you've got the tag ends going out two separate ways, and the knot, their lines are pushing against themselves.
Yeah.
So it's almost impossible to mess it up. And it literally can't slip. Like just how it's tied, it can't slip. Why is braid so popular? I don't quite understand. Zero stretch, you can feel absolutely everything, and you're getting it's just
strength.
Yeah, the strength is just ridiculous. And expect like on my spinning rod, I use a 10-pound braid to a fluoro or a co-poly leader, and it's a lot more sensitive. And then you take away the stretch. So if you're fishing a shaky head on a 30-foot cast and you have a fish bite it, the mono's got so much stretch in it. Sometimes you don't get the hook in the fish's mouth. With that braid, with that little bit of leader, I can get it in the roof of their mouth easier.
Yeah.
And then braid, I mean, of course, if you're fishing any kind of heavy cover, punching grass mats, flipping up into trees like I have to do on flip up into a fence or like a shopping cart or something, it's totally abrasion resistant and there's no stretch. So when they bite it, I'm hammering them.
Yeah.
So that's the deal with braid.
No, braid's not thick. He also asked if braid was thick, and it's not thick. It's actually smaller diameter than mono.
Yeah.
Yep.
for the strength.
Yeah, I can put like 150 yard. I can empty 150 yard spool on my Fluger President of 10-pound braid, easy.
Mm-hmm.
And then like if you get like Power Pro that's super slick that they got, and then they come out with that new I got it on that new Daiwa. It's
The
a
Maxi Quattro.
Max Quattro, dude.
Yeah.
Have you used that stuff yet?
No.
It is so thin, it's ridiculous. And
I've been
tested
using the Suffix 832.
Yeah.
And I've been using Power Pro since I could hold a fishing rod, but I like that Suffix.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's usually thinner than mono.
Yeah.
I use regular Charlene. You are a good man. That is the fisherman's budget fishing right there.
Noah also asked, anyone try big game, trialing big game line? Yeah, I use that on my I use that a lot of times for my leaders, making leaders for like red fishing or flounder fishing, stuff like that. Bass fishing, I don't use it for that, but down to the coast I use it a lot.
Sometimes if I'm running low on braid, I'll go grab a 20-pound spool. Like you can get like 500 yards for like $10 or something crazy cheap like that at the Walmart,
Yeah.
and I'll use that if I'm low on braid for like A-rig fishing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll use 50 to anywhere from 30 to 50, 60 pound big game down the coast.
I bet 60-pound big game is like it's like a pencil, ain't it?
Yeah. Hey, I want some 80 pound.
Really?
Getting hung in. Well, out there fishing on those reefs, man, you got all kinds of junk down the bottom, and getting braised, being braised and stuff. And plus, if a big, if most of those fish down there's got teeth, so flounder and sharks and things like that, they all got teeth, so you need something that can stand those teeth.
When we went deep sea fishing, they hooked us up like a big old shark rig when we were going to try to catch a shark. They had 100-pound mono on that thing, and it was just crazy, dude. And like you watch Blacktip H, and he's talking about how he's got like a 3,000-pound steel leader running to a 200-pound mono leader running to a 6,000-pound swivel, and I'm thinking, dude, are you about to drag a truck off the bottom, or you what in the world? This is crazy.
Yeah.
You guys want to take like 3 or 4 more questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get off here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Freshwater and saltwater, can I use the same rod?
Yes. I have used, not a whole lot, but I use this Wright McGill. I've got a 7.2. That actually my wife's got one 7.2. This is 7.6, but this is a good setup here. I mean, you can use it freshwater fish, no problem. I've caught several fish with it.
Yep. Just make sure you wash it really good if you're using it in the salt so it don't get stove up.
Yeah, definitely. Do
you have to hand tie crankbaits or jerkbaits, or can you use snap swivels to change faster? I use swivels or snaps for when I'm crankbait fishing.
Yeah, I've been doing that lately.
Just easy use. I mean, sometimes I'll hand tie, sometimes I'll use a snap. Just just whatever. Don't matter.
I was going to see if I had some, but I don't. But yeah, I use those too.
Yeah, you can use the same reel, just wash it really good on the saltwater and freshwater thing. Salt is super corrosive, and it'll tear a lot of stuff up. So you gotta wash it good.
Yeah, and also you try that. What's it called? That Real Magic. That stuff works good too.
Yeah. One more question, guys, and then you guys want to be done?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, make it a good one, somebody. Does a swivel take away action? No.
Not that I've noticed.
No,
it gives it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You throw a swivel, like when you're throwing a fluke on a spinning rod or like a really light crankbait on a spinning rod, it's great to throw a swivel. That way you don't get a bunch of twist in your line. and you're not, getting a bird's, because you can bird's nest a spinning rod just like you can a bait caster.
Yeah.
I've done a lot. Wind be blowing and they be biting a fluke. So yeah, swivel ain't gonna take no action away. Lucky tackle box all the way.
Lucky tackle box. You got that right. Right here, guys.
Right. Team Lucky.
That's right. Right here.
Yep, we're getting the XO boxes next month. It's gonna be awesome.
That's right. That's right.
All right, guys.
Guys, I just want to thank y'all for coming on the channel and spending your 2 hours with me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Everybody in the chat, be sure to go and subscribe to these guys. The information's down in my description of this video or this chat. So be sure to subscribe to these guys. Got great, awesome channels, and had a lot of fun.
I did too, man. Really,
awesome.
really a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll definitely do it again.
We need to.
Yeah, I'd like to try to do this once a week. I don't know if I'll get to or not, but maybe
Once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we can get it worked out.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I enjoy doing this.
But hey, Alex Rudd Fishing, subscribe. Upper Bay Bassin, subscribe. I'm pointing at him. I'm pointing at him because I can see him and he's right here. I'm like touching his face right now. All right. So, hey, I'll see you guys later.
Subscribe to those guys.
See you guys.
Y'all have a
guys
good
take
night.
care.